Hey, this is Anthony from RevZilla. See if you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Scorpion SG3 Mark II glove, available at RevZilla.com. Mark II signifies the evolution of the original SG3. Now, if we look at it, the price has not changed. Scorpion, in a time where everyone's glove prices are going up and everything's becoming cheaper, you've done a good job at maintaining your price point. You're still just over the $100 mark, and this is still an aggressive full gauntlet for sport riding that can be an entry-level track glove. If we look at fully featured, but they've changed a lot of things versus the previous version, which I have down here in blue, which was the pre-2016 version. So remember, new for spring 16, this is the new SG3 Mark II, which is the big brother of the SGS Mark II, which is basically a short cuff version of this glove. Now, full goat skin, remember, it'll get you to the track, great protection scheme, and you're getting that gauntlet. That's what you're investing in. Now, really quickly, I want to run you through the key changes versus the previous version. The first thing you're going to notice when you look at the new SG3 Mark II is there's no longer a blue. It's now black, white, and red colorways. The blue has gone the way of the dodo. If we also look at it, one of my favorite things that jumps out is it's a more ergonomic, more padded, and more flexible knuckle. So now it's carbon fiber split knuckle design versus a basic TPR or TPU in our previous version. You're also going to see the increased coverage on the panel in the back of the hand. Other thing you're going to notice, this is one of the things that makes me a little bit sad, is it's now super fabric turned into TPR. The TPRs are just as comfortable. They've done a good job. Some people screw that up. They've also moved the mid-digital flexibility. It stays with you, but those tiny laser-rounded ceramic plates are deemed to be overkill, and they moved away and landed on the cutting room floor. I will tell you that one of the biggest changes with the new SG3 Mark II versus the original is they've changed manufacturing. For the price point, for the level of technicality and functionality for this glove, they had a really hard time keeping them in stock. So they moved manufacturers, and in reinstituting that mix, they had to make some trade-offs. So super fabric is one of the things that went, but now we're getting more comfort and better consistency and fit. It's been slightly redesigned, which I'm a fan of. The other thing you're going to notice just looking at the back of the glove is the update in the gauntlet. The gauntlet is tremendously improved over the original version. Still double cuff in its closure. Now you have a big TPR area that's raised. You have a more encompassing cuff area, and it more positively cinches down. You also see it's a bit more streamlined. This guy was a little wonky, a little big, and a little bit inflexible, and I think it was not as protective as this version. Now, if we look at some of the other things, one of the last things before I get into fit here is they've ditched your kangaroo palm in favor of goat skin throughout, but they've reinforced with digital goat in your grip area. So more durable. Goat skin is not that different than kangaroo. It's not as lightweight, but again, from an abrasion resistance standpoint, it's still extremely strong and durable. And again, the big reason why they made one of these changes in the manufacturing is they wanted to be more consistent in the fit and wanted to keep the comfort in the same spot. The other thing that they changed here is you'll notice the Knox Scaphoid system's been moved. That is to get these more aligned with how your palm and how your hands sit on your bars when you're riding, to get these away from your palm. They noticed in the original version of this glove, at times they'd be in the way of your riding position. So all in a handful of changes. Some are very obvious at first glance. Others, like the super fabric, are sad to see them go, but most of the other ones really enhance the performance and functionality of a glove that you really can be very confident in wearing, whether you're sport riding, sport touring, multi-season touring, or you're just going to take it and be a badass and go to the track. You can get away with this glove in a very versatile mix of scenarios. And again, you're just over that $130 mark, in the low 100s. That's a ton of bang for the buck when you compare this glove to its peers. Now let's talk about fitment. I'm wearing a size large. I typically wear a size large in most American cut gloves. It moves with me, it's leather, it's going to break in about 10%, no surprises there. For frame of reference, I'm a large in Revit, I'm a large in Icon, I'm a large in First Gear. Most American cut gloves, Dainese Alpine Stars, I'm going to be an extra large. Keep that in mind, it does not fit Euro. Use the size chart, we'll ship for free over 39 bucks. And remember, click our logo, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV. I'd love to hear your comments and your questions, your feedback, and your thoughts on the redesign of the SG3 Mark II, new for spring of 16. Now, let's walk through some of the nuance I didn't get to. Remember, we talked about the cuff, double cuff there. Notice perforated on the back of the hand with this bigger panel, and there's a bigger foam pad, keeping this more comfortable as it sits across your knuckle. We talked about the reinforcements, double layer of leather, mid-digital accordion stretch panels, again, for your hook fingers on both sides for both clutch and brake. And again, these TPRs, they didn't screw them up. They're protective, but they don't get in the way. Now, if we rotate over, you're going to see two raised areas on the thumb. What I didn't mention is there's now a multi-touch finger. This finger will work work with your iPhone or your Android device and doesn't look any different, that is a big upgrade moving into next year, moving to this newer version. We talked about the changes in digital goat and the goatskin palm. They've also ditched Kevlar stitching for a more flexible stitching that's not going to rip the glove. The Kevlar stitching is stronger than leather and would create rips over time. They've moved away from it. My only real gripe with this glove, if I had one, is the fact that this used to be connected. They did it both on the SGS and now the SG3 Mark II. I want to see one panel of leather. I don't want that seam that can potentially burst to be exposed, especially in an area that's prone to low sides. Take note, Scorpion, improve that on the Mark III version. More padding and more hard protectors that are baked in up the lateral side of the pinky. Remember, Knox Scaphoid, this is the Knox SPS, Scaphoid protection system. It protects those small bones in your hand from impact if you put your palms down like this. It can allow you to slide, lengthen, and deflect that impact away. And now these are in a more ergonomic position, and they do have some light foam around them. Remember, area of additional goat skin, reinforcing the area that the Scaphoid's protection system sits within. And notice you also have a nice flap here covering your wrist cinch. So double cuff design as well as double cinch design at the wrist to keep it on, and then giving you the flexibility at your cuff to be able to fine tune this, bring it down. Notice the temper foam that's raised. Better temper foam, better TPR, better protection for the latter side of your hand, for your radius and your ulna, which are your arm bones extending up from your wrist. All in, you can tell that I'm not scared of it at its price point. I'm not scared that they change manufacturing. I'm not scared of the fact that they drop super fabric. There are a few things that I might tweak moving forward, but all in, keeping the same price point, this level of functionality, as well as being able to mix in this level of technical and protective devices, I think they've hit a home run. They continue to build one of the better selling sport-oriented gloves in this category, both with the short version at the SGS Mark II and now at the SG3 Mark II in the full gauntlet form. Remember, the next step in your journey is to click the info button on your desktop or your mobile device. And remember, read other rider reviews at RevZilla.com on the product detail page. As always, we'll ship for free over $39. If you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown review. Remember, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV on our YouTube channel. We'll keep you up to date with the latest and greatest in the moto universe, including bikes. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.